Hello, welcome back to the Freak Show. Bumpy McSquigums here. I want to thank you all for joining me as I continue with my Let's Play of Pillars of Eternity, The White March. We're in preparation for Pillars of Eternity 2. We're actually going and playing Pillars of Eternity, the #1 Pillars of Eternity White March, and with all the expansions and all that stuff included. Anyhow, long story short, short story long, however you want to say it, this is what we're doing, and we're getting closer and closer to the end. Again, I don't know what the timeline's going to be for this upload actually getting to all of you, but we're about 4 or 5 days away from the game releasing at this point, and I think I can do it.
Anyone suspected of treachery must be reported at once.
Oh, it's a spiritual Theos. Well, that can't be good.
Good, you have come. You have heard of the recent defections from our order caused by this apostate in Kratom.
A pale image of Theos beckons you with the curl of a translucent finger. An answer floats to the surface of your consciousness, remembered from ages ago. Yes, I have.
This is a dangerous woman whose lies spread like plague. She inspires chaos, sows conflict. Because of these unusual circumstances, I am speaking to all our initiates personally to ensure there is no more dissension.
You mean because she was one of us?
Who she was no longer matters. If her following continues to grow, there will be war, and all our work will be undone.
Theos hesitates.
You were recruited from Kratom, were you not? You must have known this heretic woman, Yavara.
At hearing the name, a flood of memories pours into your mind. She was my mentor. I was in love with her. She and I were friends. We may have met a few times. She's my sister. No, we never met. No, we never met. So I can really kind of mold the story the way I want to, huh? She was my mentor.
I pray her old teachings were less blasphemous than the new. Was it worthwhile, this mentorship?
I learned to be strong in my convictions.
Indeed. If she had held true to hers, we wouldn't be in this position.
Fair enough.
I am trusting you to remain loyal to the gods in this. If you do not, you will have greater powers than me to answer to. But you will answer to me as well.
After a moment he adds, okay, I understand, your eminence. Weird stuff, guys and gals. Weird stuff. Well, there's a whole bunch of boar over here. They don't seem to be very hostile, and they seem totally okay with us just sneaking around them. They're like, what's going on? They're like, eh. As long as you're not trying to make bacon pate, we're totally fine. I wonder what that is. Is that just raw bacon? I don't know. Either way, cook it, slap it on a biscuit, and eat it. I'm kidding. Kidding about the biscuit part, at least. You can cook it and eat it, though. Yummy bacon. Alright, well, that didn't really accomplish much for us, so we're going to go to the other bridge and see what's up. I think before we cross the other bridge, and before we get into any more fights, we should probably heal a player named Gus and get rid of the multiple wounds that we have laying around. He really carried the day the last time around. But let's talk with Aloth, see what he has to say to us.
Please, stop. I heard about the riots in Defiance Bay, and the interruption during the hearing. There's something I need to tell you.
He averts his eyes from yours and folds his hands. Go ahead.
I have not been entirely honest about my motives for traveling with you up to this point.
No kidding.
When I finished my training in Adir, I was introduced to an organization. All I knew was that they were opposed to the unchecked spread of animancy, and that they could guarantee me postings far away from the Seathwood my father and his Earl. At that time, it was enough.
Okay.
In the early years, I thought of them as many things. Hooded men, prudent teachers, the leaden key.
Really?
Their rules were strict, but their guidance was clear. I sincerely believe they wanted to keep Kith from the folly of their own foolish ambitions. I came to the Deerwood a little over a year ago. My orders were to gather information on animancy in the region.
He looks down.
A senior contact met with me every few months to receive my reports and issue new leads. She sent me to Gilded Vale to keep an eye on events surrounding the local lord, but I lost track of her shortly after that. I don't know if she was reassigned, killed, or sacrificed the way you saw. By the time you met me, I'd been on my own for a couple of months.
And you thought I'd make an easy target? You knew I was coming. What did you want from me?
I needed some kind of direction. And after that scrape with the locals, I was ready to get out of town. But then you mentioned that you'd survived that Beowick. And I thought you might be able to put me back on the Leaden Keys trail. And I was correct in a way. But what we found wasn't what I expected. I knew the Leaden Key was trying to stop Animancy, but I didn't realize how far they'd gone. Murder, sabotage, abandoning entire districts to shambling horrors. And now the whole city is up in flames.
Not to mention the whole Hollowborn Widewind's legacy thing. I mean, that's kind of a big deal. He takes a deep breath.
I'm still not sure about Animancy, but I know I've been following the wrong master. Please, accept my apology, and my service. Let me fight with you to stop Theos.
Apology accepted. As long as you don't forget who's in charge, I'm keeping a closer eye on you from now on. I forgive you, Aloth, but I want you beside me, not behind me. I'm not asking you to trade one master for another. That's fair. I'm finished with you. You've been working for the very people who are trying to kill me, and now you think I'll keep you around? You're even crazier than I thought. Get out of my sight. If I ever see you again, I'll kill you. Yeah, I want you beside me, not behind me.
That would be an honor.
His voice is solemn and quiet. Before we move on, I'd like to discuss a few things. I think I don't, but I'd like to know more about Isilmir. Such as, when did she awaken? Well, my father was a strict man. He expected the best from his only child, and he didn't tolerate failure. His face becomes drawn. At times he could be rather adamant, particularly when he's been drinking. Isilmir manifested on one such occasion. To be honest, I don't remember the specifics, only that he was more careful with me after that. Could I talk to her directly? He gives you a taut frown. Her usurpations are uncomfortable enough. I'm not eager to invite her into my consciousness any more than necessary. You said that you'd like to learn to hide her, or that you had learned to hide her a long time ago. My mother instructed me to keep her a secret after she first emerged. She feared that knowledge of my awakening would render me an outcast. Even though Isilmir proved useful against my father, I trusted my mother's advice, and I've since come to see the wisdom behind it. Mayorwald is an extreme example, but one that I can relate to more and more each year. Alright, I think that's it, man. Thanks. We'll talk to Durrance soon, but not yet. And, as I said, we need to rest, because I need to recover from that awful, awful thing. Odin Fyrgist, a hero of the Saints' War, has done something. Has arrived at the stronghold. She has asked for an audience with you. Okay. She was nearly set upon by brigands on the road, but your patrols intervened. Well, that's good. She'll be leaving in 8 days. Okay. So we gotta get back in time.
I shall.
And hopefully not pull another one of those horrible drakes are attacking your keep problem things that I set myself up for. Alright. Let's scoot along the bridge. Doesn't really seem to be much here. Oh, I was wrong. Well,
Hey.
I wouldn't say I was wrong. Oh, there's a dying monk. I should probably do something to help.
Yes?
That's it.
Get back up! Don't get back up. Stay down. Please. Help me.
I'm here.
My thoughts will be as silent as my feet.
What?
Okay.
Yes?
Well, I suppose we can't just heal you outright.
Margaret's fire
We have to actually
casts
talk
light
with you.
in
Alright.
dark places.
The man on the ground gasps for air, clutching his chest as he struggles. On closer examination, you see his red cloak obscures the full extent of his injuries. His face whitens as blood pools around him. Please, traveler. He reaches out, arduously extending his hand to you. What happened? Help the man get to his feet. What happened? Forgetful, so careless, he mutters, blood seeping from his lips. Cuts on my knuckles from morning practice. He holds his blood-soaked hand out in front of him. The Stelgares, they smelled the blood on me. Thought they found their next meal. Man reaches down to clutch his left leg. His finger running along a jagged length of bone protruding from his knee. Oh, that's lovely. They were almost correct. The man lets out a long sigh and smiles at you with a slow, knowing nod. You are known to us, Watcher. We know that you have treated others honestly, fairly. His face becomes pale and lapses into a wide smile. And I have need of someone trustworthy to finish my mission. I'm not going to lie, your wounds look too severe to be helped. Put him out of his misery. This will be quick. Be still. Allow me to tend your wounds, or at least ease the pain. As you move close to help, the monk places his hand on yours and gently rebuffs your efforts with his remaining strength. Your intentions are kind, but I must embrace my suffering and ready my soul for its next journey. This, however, must be delivered to my order. The monk weakly grasps for his satchel, drawing from it a messenger's scroll case. Take it, he rasps, waving the missive at you. It needs to be carried to the celestial sapling. Give this to my brothers, and they will reward you. Do not open it, he cries out, his voice cracking. The contents are for my brothers only. If the seal is broken, they will... Blood erupts from the man's mouth, streams of red oozing down his neck. His head slumps backward, and his body goes still. Alright. You place the scroll case in your pack and venture onward. We're also going to rob your body. Just kind of an FYI. I feel like there's something with this and something with this that we need to do. What those things are, I don't know yet. So we'll figure it out hopefully later. Elmshore doesn't seem to lead anywhere. At least not from the northeast side of life. Maybe we'll check this thing again. Maybe something pops up. And then, of course, we have the southeast path, which looks like it is indeed where we do need to go. So, we shall see.
And what does the flame
Hold
reveal?
on. I just want to see if there's anything, like, hidden here. Maybe I just walked past it and didn't notice. No. And what does the flame reveal?
We'll keep to ourselves.
Well, we're here, but nothing's really happening. Alright. Guess we'll follow the road. Follow the road. And boom. Okay, we can now go to Hearth Song, or Hearth Song, as some people like to say. And that's fine. Here, here. Rangers' animal companions can be directly selected by their icon overlaid on top of their ranger. I think we should run with a 5-ranger group and just kill everything that way. I think that's totally legit. Now, I've given a lot of thought to who I'm going to be in the second Pillars of Eternity, and I've narrowed it down to, I want to say, 3 things at this point. One of them is, again, try another druid, maybe a different sect of druid. That's my least favorite. My front runner, I'm only going to give you the 2, though. My front runner is, I want to try... Well, both of them are rangers. One's a ranger, and one's the previously, like, you lost your animal companion, and you summon its spirit. That kind of ranger. I think that's got a lot of potential to be pretty cool. I don't know if it will be, but that's where I'm at. The Assassin at Large. Search Twin Elms for signs of Theos. Well, Estramore still. What?
Estremor?
Okay. The warrior saunters over, a sneer of suspicion visible beneath streaks of paint, and glances at your gear before favoring you with a long look. Another fugitive from the burning city. The 6 tribes of Ir-Glonfoth welcome you to Twin Elms. Before you lies the Hearthstone District. The Hearthstone Song. The Hearthsong District. That. You are free to explore it, but do not let your feet stray into the other districts. Those are forbidden to Estremorin. Can you tell me about Twin Elms? The city is sacred to all Glonfothans, as it is the place where our ancestors first encountered the Builders. That fated meeting turned our people from generations of wandering to a permanent home among the Builders' relics. When the Builders commanded us to settle here, they allowed us the unique privilege to live among their structures here. It is the only place in Ir-Glonfoth where this is permitted. The sacred city is divided into 4 districts: Hearthsong, the Commons District, Old Song, the site of our temples, and Elm's Reach, home of the Delimgan and Druids. And, of course, the Burial Isle, which is the most sacred place in the city. Well, I'd like to hear about this place that we are in. I'm sorry, guys and gals, I'm still having problems with breathing and coughing and stuff, so if this is slightly edited, that's why. This is Hearthsong. It's a place where Glonfothans and Estremorin may gather together. It is also the site of the Passage of the Six, where our tribal leaders, the Anamanahanafanamanam, or the Anamafatha, meet. He points to a large round building at the other end of the district. That way is the market. Guard your purse there. No one bargains like a Glonfothan. And if you need a place to stay, follow the fence to the east. There you will find the way to the Celestial Sapling. Okay, and which temples lie in Old Song? There is Noonfrost, which is dedicated to Rimmergand. A group of pale elves from the frozen Southlands arrived not long ago to oversee it. There is also the Nest, a temple of Hylia, and Galawain's Maw, a den of beasts dedicated to the hunter god. The route to the Burial Isle also lies that way. What about Elm's Reach? There lies Tir Evron, one of the only towers of the Builders still in perfect condition. 2 great elm trees twine around it. Even the mightiest works of the gods protect the works of the Builders. 2 Delimgan sisters dwell there now. The Hall of Warriors stands at the other end of the district. Rumor has it that the Anamafoth Simach of 3 Tusk Stelgare is there now. Simach of 3 Tusk Stelgare is there now. Okay, gotcha. I'm all over it. It's fine. Helm's Reach is also where the Druids keep their halls. There are the Ovates of the Golden Grove and the Ethic Knoll of Bloodsands. Many shudder at the brutal sacrifices of the Ethic Knoll, but High Ovate Erona is just as powerful in her own way. Do you know anything about Burial Isle? It is a place where Anamafatha are laid to rest among stones placed by the Builders, and they are the souls of some of the Anamafatha linger. They say that souls linger there still. The way lies through Old Song. It is the holiest place in all of Twin Elms. Well, that's all I wanted to know about the city, thanks. Something else you wish to hear? Why is it forbidden to enter the remaining districts of Twin Elms? Well, Twin Elms is a sacred city built where the first keepers of the stone met the Builders. It exists alongside the works of the Builders, and it is the only place in all of Ir-Glonfoth where it is permitted to set foot among these sacred places. In Estremorin, or the Estremorin, however, do not have the proper respect for the stones here. His words trigger something in your memory, and you see an image of a perfect cube of Adra. Just as quickly, the image fades. A leader of one of the tribes could give you the permission of the city. Only Anamenfoth Bethwul is present in the Passage of the Six today, and she has her own troubles. He jerks his head at a long hut in the middle of the district. I haven't heard of the Keepers of the Stones. The oldest of the 6 tribes, he points the tip of his sword at a long hut behind him. Up the stairs and into the Passage of the Six, this is where Anamafatha gather. Bethwill, the Anima Thoth of the Guided Compass, can tell you more. Who are the builders? You know them as Ingwithans. To us, they are builders, creators of the sacred places that we guard to this day. Well, keep your words in mind. Best that you keep your visit brief. Word has reached our ears that the riots have ended and the gates of Defiance Bay have opened once more. Well, that's interesting.
Never been out this way before. Hard to believe it's the same country.
Oh, I'm just going to have a nightmare having to edit all this stuff. I apologize, folks. It doesn't happen very often, but every once in a while I'll just get to the point where I have a hard time breathing and or just like I cough a bunch of times. And it sucks. It really kills the flow of everything. And oftentimes I'll have to edit stuff out, and it makes it much more difficult to actually do things.
Give me any more gifts and people will start thinking you're playing favorites.
Uh-huh. Whoa. I can't read anything that you just said. Merla, that Glenfathan witch sold me useless twigs and herbs. That ogre keeps looking at me like I urinated on some ruins. Does she take me for a fool? This will not stand. I have been swindled, and Al-Rihi will pay for what she did. Okay. The water is cool and crisp. Wow, they really do have an ogre over there. Cool. The celestial sapling. This is an oh, okay, it goes up there. All right. Can I talk to you? You want up? I pull. Oh, that's how this works. Well, I suppose I could talk to Renato. She'll pay, that witch. She'll, fuming with anger and pacing in tiny circles, the Valian merchant aims his wild rant at you as you approach. You there, have you come here to trade with the savages? Learn from my example and take your business elsewhere. Spittle accents his every sentence. Liars, cheats, swindlers. That duplicitous bleep, Alarhi, I got nothing. She claimed to be selling Elard Golath flower buds, but all I have now is 6 bushels of common house plants. The herbs are useless. There was a handful of dried plants to the ground, stomping on the brittle stems and leaves, kicking up pungent, savory scents. I'll get my money back from that swindling savage. Well, what do you intend to do about this? When I get my hands on... Renato halts his sentence, his eyes darting about at the nearby Glenfathan guards. I'm in the savage's home court, so it's my word against hers. Where does that leave me? I'll be a fool if I threaten her here, on tribal soil. He sighs, pressing on his temples. I cannot sell this worthless herb to recover my coin, and I am powerless to confront Al-Arhi. I don't suppose, he looks at you, sizing you up. If you were willing to mediate, perhaps you could succeed where I failed. I would, of course, pay you handsomely for your troubles. Well, I will see what I can do. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I think what I'm going to do now is actually leave this place. I'll come back here probably in about 30 episodes or so. Maybe, probably less than that. But what I believe I'm actually going to do is I'm going to return to the entry point of this place. I am going to make my way back to Caed Nua. I'm going to go under Caed Nua in the next episode and do some Caed Nua under stuff, and it's going to be okay. We'll probably go down another 2 to 3 to 4. I don't know how many levels, but we'll go down at least another couple levels in that, and then we will probably go to the White March. And then from there, maybe we level up once or twice, seeing how easy or hard it is. And then we'll come back here and we'll continue in Twin Elms. I'm sure we're going to be run ragged.
The Deerwood needs is another foreign colony.
I'm sure we're going to be run ragged, going all over the place for whatever missions that we have to do once we actually enter Twin Elms proper. But that's okay. And I think that's going to be a tale for another time. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode. And like I said, in the next one, we dive back under our keep. And we clear out, hopefully, another level or 2, maybe 3, 4. I don't know. I'm not sure exactly how far down I want to go, but either way, I am going to go under, and we are going to do some stuff. Until then, my name is Bumpy McSquigums. Thank you for stopping by the Freak Show, and I will see you later.